Looks good. Alright, let's play some more Blitz. Pretty good player pool going, so should be able to get a lot of good hands out. Hey, walk on the first one. I don't mind that. Alright, not the worst. I'm just going to go ahead and bet like I got the ace. Take it down. Standard C-bet doesn't work there. Remember, you got to bet bigger because you're protecting. If you had an ace, that's what you should do. Better to play earlier. Definitely less wild and crazy. So I don't mind a 9 p.m. start. I'm just probably going to try to get out about 500 hands. Take about 2.5, 3 hours. Nope, if somebody else had called, I would have defended. There we go. Ooh. Alright, I don't mind this. I'm just going to go ahead and check this one. Check it again. Hey, there's a king. I am going to bet for value. Essentially, if I get raised here, it's pretty much a fold. There, I'll turn the sound on now. You guys can hear the whoosh. That's a little loud. There we go. Yeah, I'll defend that. I don't always need to 3-bet it. Not the worst flop. Not the best. But we will see. Goes check, check. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Because hopefully this player has an ace. Nope. Alright. No reason to really check there, because if he's not going to bet the flop, he's not going to bet the turn. Could have just had something like King Jack or whatever. Okay. And it's a limped pot, but if he bets, I have to fold. Take longer. I'll take these ace kings all night. This one falls into my 50-50. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. long pause and a call. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Standard C-bet, see what happens. Player flaps a lot of hands, so it could be in his wheelhouse, but when you play a lot of hands, you miss a lot of boards. Yeah, we can raise this one. Cash. No, just tonight. Just at night. Cash games are quick and easy. You can just jump in whenever you want. So it takes too long to yeah, I'm still on tournaments full time, but days like today where I finished the stream and then I went to the gym and then I, had to take a shower and shave and do all this kind of stuff. And all right, we can absolutely call here. And then I had to go to the store and all like that. By the time I would have been ready to play. I don't know this player. I feel like I want to call it, but it's fine. The pot's small. It's fine. He can have it with the ace. It's fine. So by the time I would have gotten started, it would have been like 7 o'clock, and I didn't want to enter any of those. I didn't want to enter any tournaments at like 3, so I was like, well, I'll go to the gym and then see what it's like after that. And after that, I came back, and by the time I would have been ready to play, it would have been 7 o'clock at night. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not into it. And so did a little grocery shopping, came back, and we'll play some Zoom. Just going to go ahead and bet like we have a jack. Our opponent can have a jack here quite a bit, but I think this is fine. It's one of those 60-40s. Might be going bet here. Well, that board just got worse and worse. I don't believe there's much real chance of bluffing here, but I'm going to try. I just don't want one pair to beat me. Oof. Almost talked myself out of that. Man. Like, I felt like he was on a flush draw, but that's a very easy read to make. So, people fuck it up a lot. So, when I decide to go bet, that's why I usually decide on the flop. I usually just stick with the plan. But that board just got worse and worse and worse. So, if I had a jack, yeah. But I could have a queen, I could have king, queen, I could have jack 10, I could have, ace, king. I could have all these hands that, like, got bailed out. Where are you from? You're from Ukraine? You're from Ukraine? I'm going to go ahead and 3-bet this. I'll take it. There is an argument to be made for the time of night that you're playing, and the players aren't likely to call a 3-bet with, out like a monster when you have 10s. So it makes a hell of an argument just for calling with the 10s, because when you get played with, you just need to hit a 10 to win. And, if the board comes out and you have the overpair, you can actually get some good value. But in all honesty, that strays too far from my, GTO approach. Which would tell me to 3-bet there. So that's what I do. That's a good size bet. From USA, Russia, Australia. I don't know how often I'm getting a squeeze through here, so I think I am going to flop this one. Just because of the flush draw equity. This is like, what's going on, Russia? You having internet problems? What's going on here? I want to see what happens. Because I was thinking about 3-betting this. It's a nice party, so you can always stick around and watch and see what happens. I feel like, though, I don't know why, but I felt like it wasn't a good spot to 3-bet. I honestly don't know why. Like, if this player had just called, I really didn't feel like it was a good opportunity to 3-bet for a steal. For some reason. Meaning this player's hand. Alright, this guy's taking an uber long time. And then betting the same half pot. Half pot bet, yeah. A little less. Interesting. That's fine. I think players taking extra time is just saving face, but I just wanted to see what was happening. It's my buddy again in the Ukraine. Nate. I'm going to defend. Backdoor flush draws, bottom pair, backdoor straight draw. Goes check, check. I'm going to check it again. Some players, for some reason, when they get checked to on the flop, they'll check a queen and then bet it on the turn. It's like your hand is just the same, bro. Where are you from? We see a raise out of first from USA. I'm just going to call. I want to see what happens. Could 3-bet it, but not absolutely necessary. Got position. He's checking. I shouldn't have a king a lot, but I am going to go ahead and bet. I just want to see if he check raises me. Nope. Some players are just straight up, man. You know, if you get checked to, just bet. You're probably going to win. Glad to see you guys sticking around. I know cash games aren't for everybody, but situationally we can just look at them the same way we would look at a deep stack six-handed like turbo tournament, you know, because the action's a little bit, you know, more conservative pre-flop for a six-handed game because people can just get to the next hand so quickly. So it kind of plays like that 1650 buy-in 3K guaranteed turbo 6 max on ACR. So this is kind of like you just entered that tournament, but every hand. So it kind of depends what this player bets if I'm going to raise or just call. Because I do have a lot of good equity. He checks. I'm going to go ahead and bet. And I'm basically betting here to see if he has an aggressive action. Like if he has the ace of spades, he'd probably check raise me. And also I want to see the river for free if I can. So he went ahead for the check raise. I actually want to call it and see what happens on the turn. I don't love this, but that ace is the worst. Because if he has the ace of spades, he just sucked out on me. He may check it now because of his equity, so I think I can still win with a 6, 7, or 8, as long as it's not a spade. So I'm just going to check behind. Ace of fucking spades. So he doesn't have the ace of spades flush. Yeah, this is... it's annoying. It wasn't about should I call, it was about should I raise. Like, should I make a move? And I think when I get check raise small on the flop, he should be on the draw a lot. But he could have had a hand like, you know, pair and a flush draw, and then, you know, or he could have had a set, I guess.
You know, it's hard to say, but without a spade in my hand, it's kind of silly. I'm just gonna check. I feel like this player is just gonna check till he makes something. It's fine, bro. It's a nothing bet, but it's fine. I don't have enough to defend.
Nope. Don't like it. Had like 120 players in the pool. We got 90 now. It's not too bad. I'm not going to call that. Queen 4 will just get me in trouble. 4, 5. Alright. Play the ace jack. Nice, got position. Take it down. Nope. I think King 9 suited up front I can raise. Alright, I don't mind this. Where are you from? USA. USA. Why did I feel like I was getting 3-bet? Okay. Zoom's one of those weird things where your bet sizing actually has to be stronger in the cutoff, or your opening range has to be stronger in the cutoff, because the button is just so compulsively raising. Same thing when it's button versus small blind. Nope, it's fine. Pocket inners. So you raise out of first from a player who I only have 4 hands on, but he's played 3 out of 4. It's not bad. Bet's fairly large. I was going to check raise a standard bet, but I think we can just call here. 5 should slow down the action a lot. Unless he's bluffing. That's 12. I feel like this is over pair and flush draw, or over cards and flush draw. Really? Aces and he checked. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I guess if I had check raised a turn, I would have won it, huh? Like, that's the thing. You should be checking that turn and then looking to raise the river. Like, because if you check the turn, I'm going to bet the river. So, but for an overpair, not that bad. He definitely could have gotten 3 streets. I mean, if he bets like super big there, I might have to call it. But it's funny how often players check back when they actually have showdown value that should be good. Like, unless I have exactly a 5 there or the straight now and have checked it to you, but like you're grasping at straws, man. Player bets half pot into 2 players. This is the same guy. I'm going to take one off. Jack's a great card. I'm going to check. Let's see what he bets on the turn. He bet bigger on the other flop, so now he bets big on the turn. I mean, it's kind of a coincidence if we're sharing the jack, right? Club on the river. It's not great.
interesting. I guess I should have just not gotten involved. But interesting. All right. 9's pretty good. God, take longer, bro. Maybe that's 4.5. I'm not going to give it up just yet. Getting in these weird spots out of position. This player plays every pot and raises every one of them. Checks back on the river. I'm going to go for a blocker bet. If he raises, I'm obviously folding. But I just don't want to get bluffed. If he has the king, I'm going to puke. I don't understand this. Why did he slow down? Why did he slow down and then call the river? That's just backwards. Like, if he slows down there, I mean, I guess maybe I could have bet bigger. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. Nope. Play it like I have a king. I don't think you're ever betting half pot at a king, sir. Unless this guy is exactly pocket eights. Could have a club draw for sure. He checks, and I make the fucking straight on the river. You gonna hero me? I feel like this bet gets called more than a regular value bet. Almost. Could have even gone bigger. You know what it was? I needed to bet faster. I needed to be like betting it like automatically as soon as the straight hit. This player plays a lot of pots. I'll play the 3-bet. $30-20. Only 10 hands, but 30-20. That was the player from before who raised pre-flop, and then I called, and he checked the flop, and I bet, and he folded. Nope, not in the small blind. I don't think I've ever seen a hyper going. Well, this is a Blitz poker. So it's, as soon as you fold, you get dealt your next hand, and you're just seated with, you know, random players in a pool. So, like, right now, there's 95 players in the pool. So as soon as you fold, you just get moved to another table immediately. So it speeds up the game a little bit, because the reason why online poker is faster than live, obviously, is because there's no shuffle or deal. This removes the playing the hands through at the table. So now there's no shuffle, no deal, and no waiting. So this player only has 30 blinds. He's 3-betting me. We're just going to go ahead and put him in. He just doesn't have enough chips for anything else. Yep. That's fine. Like, honestly, with his stack, he can actually just straight rip it. Because ace-queen will call you, and that's what you want. But yeah, it could be a little trippy, I guess.
But yeah, I like Zoom. I've done pretty well in it over the last year or so that I've been playing this form of poker a little more often.
If it folds to me, I'm going to play. If not, I'm going to fold.
This is the slow guy. And this is the other guy. So we see 2.2 out of first from a player who raises a lot, who plays a lot of hands but doesn't raise too many. I'm going to go ahead and 3-bet from the button. I'm really just doing this to make sure these players don't squeeze. So if I get 4-bet, I'm probably folding, depending. I mean, if it's huge, I'm obviously folding, but if it's small, I'll call. But player who plays a lot of hands, doesn't raise many, should have a good hand a lot of the time, but those hands don't always have to contain an ace. And they might just not be able to take heat. Although when they take this long, I feel like they might have something. Alright, so we make a jack. I think I like checking here once. No, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bet. I'm going to down bet. It's just, you know, there's queens, ace, queen, kings, and aces, right? And I guess fours. But yeah, I just think it's just better just to bet the flop because you can keep myself out of sticky situations that way. So almost didn't bet that. That would have been a mistake. So I'm glad I did. I mean, you only really have these HUD numbers to go by, so that was my main reason for getting into Blitz, was because I wanted to, like, I figured out I needed to learn the HUD better. So I went ahead and started playing Blitz because that way it was very easy to play. You know, typically when I was playing it, you know, more than I was playing tournaments, I was playing about 8,000 to 10,000 hands a week, which isn't excessive, but it's about, because I was playing like 3 tables at once, so that's like 700 hands an hour or so. Yeah, I'm going to defend. I know it's not proper, but I think we get a lot of interesting bluff opportunities. No, no ante. It's a cash game. Look at that. Just going to bet half pot and quick. It's a cash game. You're not going to see an ante in Hold'em cash games unless they're higher tournaments. Yeah, so this is all straight money. Like you can see right here, it's actually $13.77. And you can see down here my win-loss. So I'm negative 269 right now. I got it on auto reload at the max, which is 12 bucks. So lost a few hands, and then, you know, we loaded up, then we won a few, and, you know, that kind of thing. That's not bad. It's actually kind of really good. I mean, really all we have to worry about is the flush draw, so I'm just going to go ahead and bet standard small. Normally I would bet bigger, but I don't mind getting called here because I'm going to have tons of outs versus anything that can call me if I'm not just dominating and killing already. And sometimes you're free rolling. Sometimes the person has, like, you know, queen 10 and you're just free rolling them on the straight. And you can just bet, bet, bet and get value all the way down. Yeah, it's a little fun form of poker. All right. Ho, 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 ho.
See, this is, I love this. Because the player bet's uber small, which usually doesn't mean anything. So when that happens, I'm just going to let my time run for a second. And then call it because it's so small. It's like I'm calling with anything. Why the fuck did a king have to come off? Oh my God. It depends what they bet here. Already bets half pot. I don't really know if he has a king yet. Well, that sucks real ass right there. He fucking didn't have it. That sucks. It's so stupid because I was gonna, on the river, I was gonna check raise. Because I feel like he just has an ace there a ton. It sucks. When you defend wide and flop the nuts, right? It seems like the plan. I guess I can make this a little smaller. Yeah, pretty tight right there. Alright, how's that look? Yeah, it looks better. Foodie. That is some great advice. Defend wide, flop the nuts. Okay, for a blind, sure. But only because of the price. Getting 4 to 1. You got it, bro. I don't mind this. Why did I feel like that was coming? I have 0 hands on this player, and this is his first hand at the table, and he bought in with $10 straight. So this is usually just a complete move, especially for the size of the bet. But I need ace-10 to defend there. And I'm probably 3-betting the ace-10. Or 4-betting, whatever it was.
Play 16, raises 16. Doesn't fold, or folds to 3-bets a lot.
3-bets quite a bit. I mean, we don't have a lot of hands on him, but it took a long time. I'm just going to go ahead and bet standard. It's fine. Size up the turn. Club on the fucking river. Yeah, I lose to everything now. Look at this horrible fucking play. This is horrible. Like, the problem is, like, even if he doesn't have the flush, there's hands that beat me. There's king queen, there's ace-10 with the ace of clubs. Yeah. I mean, this sucks, but king queen's definitely possible. King jack is definitely possible. You know, a set is definitely possible. It did take a long time pre-flop. Well, I'm timing out. I'm just going to fold. Whatever. I mean, he overbet the pot on the river, which can be a bluff, but you just don't see it that much. So, honestly, I felt like it was like 2-pair. Like, I don't think it was the club. I think it was, honestly, I think it was like king-queen. I really feel like that was... see a raise here. Yeah. I'm go ahead and 3-bet. I don't always do this, but sometimes. Yeah. Should work a lot. Another one of my buddies.
awful.
Player's got a lot of chips. He might just be super tight, but his numbers don't reflect that. But god damn it. Well, I'm going to play it like it's 2-pair. Hard to call me here without a king. Real easy to call me with a king. 4 on the river. Well, nope, it's not going to work. Thing is, it's not going to work even if he has pocket 10s or something. He's actually got the ace-8, so I'm sitting there bluffing into the hand I'm representing. Jesus. That's very unfortunate. All right. Just because nobody would do this with a flush. Thing is, the pot's so small. I have to put something in it. Like, I was half expecting him to bet the flop and then be able to lead the turn after calling. It's just so unfortunate the guy has exactly the 8. And the board pairs on the river, like, it can't come off a deuce so I can bluff that fucking pair of 7s. Jesus. So I could easily have 5-6. Bitch of it is I couldn't have won with 2-pair because I would have gotten counterfeited on the river. I would have needed a king. Been in a semi-bad mood all day, and this is annoying. It's the same guy. Very sticky. Oh, I heard it. I heard something. Hey! Thanks for the dono, my man. Much appreciated. I'm going to call this one here. I think that's what I heard. That 10's like so brutal. It's just such a straighty card. Yeah, this is my buddy again. Okay, fine. It was a donation. Thank you so much. From Victor. Much appreciated, my man. Definitely appreciated. Did it pop up on the screen? I didn't see it. I don't know if it popped up on the screen. Yeah. I want to set it off again, see if it comes up.
This should work, right? There it is. Now I saw it. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm not seeing it on my preview, but it's coming up on the stream. So, thanks again, my man. Goes right to the old bankroll. Player called awfully quickly. Check it back one time. That's the thing. I feel like he calls that quickly with a pair. It's just like that board. That board kind of missed me too much. I don't know. Cash games are tough, man. Cash games online, I've never, like, I used to grind on WSOP a lot, but ACR, it's kind of not, obviously, my best. But, I don't know. I'm just going to keep having fun. Yeah, why not? Pick up a gutty. I'm going to go ahead and make the small bet into 2 players to kind of look like I have a 4. That was my real problem. Nice. Good little bet. That's one where the small bet works better than the big one. Chuchi is tuckered out. If you guys hear that, that's Chuchi snoring. Guy with 30 blinds limping. Okay. I have no interest in this pot. If you wanna take it down, go ahead and bet. I got most of the parts to a straight, but nothing really. Congratulations. Haven't gotten to 3-bet a really good hand yet. This guy never 3-bets. Playing a lot of hands, but he's not 3-betting any of them. Come on, squeeze. That's some quick checking. Got to work on my pre-flop raise timing. I tend to do it too quick. Take an extra couple beats. 9's not bad. Let's go ahead and bet to protect it. Yeah, take it down. And that works with every hand in my range. You know, on that board, that works pretty much with every hand in my range the same way. Alright, I'm not going to play that. That's the nice thing about this format. You can be like, oh, this guy raised. I don't even have to wait to see. I can just fucking fold out of the big blind. And let this one go. I'm going to try to snug up just a little bit. Play only the really good offsuit ones in position. Everything else has to be suited. If somebody else calls, I can call. Alright. Alright. Is that enough?
king out there, though. Somebody should bet it if they have a king. I still don't love it. I mean, jack on the river. I'm going to check. I don't know if we can get a jack to fold. Yeah, that was my big problem. Is the jack on the end. I just don't think, especially the original Razor, when it's going check around, you know, twice, I don't think he's going to fold a second pair, as he shouldn't. You know, you kind of have to be pretty bad to fold that one. Although, didn't he have the ace of hearts? Why did he bet? I'm just going to call it. I could do that because it's suited. Got shot. Backdoor flush draw. Kind of depends what the Ruski bets. It's not great, but I'm not sure about it. Alright. Got a gutty and a heart draw. And if the hearts come off, it's pretty good, so our expected value is through the roof. Kind of want to see him bet a little bit bigger here. Yeah. I kind of want that. And a jack on this river would be absolute perfect. So close. So close. Just showing ace jack. Ace king. Wow, you suck. Like, just missing all that value on the river. Like, and you really shouldn't be afraid of the 10. Like, I'd have to have exactly king jack, right? I mean, it's just as likely as me having king 10, but he doesn't know that. And the thing of it is, if the jack or the heart comes on the river, I'm going to bet huge, and I'm going to get paid. This captain takes a long time. Okay. Not my flop. $159 hands, and I haven't made top pair twice yet. No, I'm just gonna fold. Ugh. Like, I mean, you're playing small stakes, so you kind of need to make some hands. Two players who don't 3-bet, or at least I haven't seen it yet. Nope. Sucks. I really don't play 6-max cash very well compared to my tournament play. Really? Let it be a fucking 4 or something. Why does it have to be a queen? Like, that's so perfect for him. Like, he's just betting so stupidly small. I can't even do anything. I mean, I felt like I could have check raised it, but that queen just fucks everything up. Like, I have to have exactly a set right then. Like, I can't have, you know, ace jack. Because you're not going to check raise ace jack once the queen hits. It's just so bad. You know. Might be playing too passively. Always picking up enough to call a flop bet. Backdoor flush draw, bottom pair. All right. Well, when he doesn't bet on the flop, he doesn't have ace king a lot, right? So we're gonna go ahead and call the other position. So he can have an ace, but I think our king is good. Spades are good. Now the funny part is he should be checking the turn and then betting the river. I'm going to play a move. I don't think he's ever got a premium ace here, so if he has something better than that, I need to find out now. Yeah, that makes more sense, right? Alright, alright. Settling in. That was a good one. I feel like I missed a lot of those opportunities. Because he never has ace king there, right? Because no 3-bet. So best case scenario, he's got ace queen. Plus the fact that I had a king in my hand. Picking up the spade draw is pretty good. Because really, if you have ace queen there, you should be checking the turn and then just betting the river for value. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to just run into what just happened. All right. Player likes to play a lot of hands. Doesn't c-bet all that much. C-bets the turn quite a bit. So he might be one of those guys who checks top pair. When he bets with an ace and a flush draw out there, I gotta believe him. I was waiting to see if one of those guys called, so I could play the jack 10. Okay. Second pair. I mean, it could definitely be a queen, but I don't think we can fold just yet. It's always a fucking ace on the turn. It's a queen or it's a flush draw, right? So now the ace hits. It's just so brutal now. Because of that ace, I can't even hit my king. That fucking sucks. Getting bad runouts here, man. Super bad. Okay. There's no bet here. This is just There's just no bet here. It just doesn't make any sense to do anything. That's fine. And it's one of those ones where I would have bet if I had bet I would have won if I had bet the flop and turn, but there's just no, like, King 7 deuce, it's the most innocuous flop ever. I mean, a guy with ace high will talk himself into it. I think I want to put on some music. So you guys are going to lose the whoosh whoosh, because it's a little too quiet for me. So I'm going to put on something. Nope. I've been rewatching The Mandalorian. Maybe I'll put that on. I'm looking over YouTube and there's not much. Not much I really want to see. Oh, I could finish watching that. I don't mind this. Yeah, those bad run-out boards are brutal. All right, gut shot, backdoor flush draw. I'm just going to check. This is one of those ones where we want him to bluff, and we also don't want to bet into the nuts. So, if he's got a better ace, he might bet it, but he really didn't. Wow, how do you not bet that? Jesus. And he's not folding. Like, what are you... Okay. I don't mind that. Always getting a slice. Man, that was weird. The thing just froze there for a second. I just want to see what is min opening in the cutoff here. Don't change your raise size. You're giving up too much info. Mm-hmm.
What's up, dude? Long time no see. Hey, what's up, Poker Sean? Just moved just outside of Las Vegas this year. Nice. Yeah, I remember you, Poker Sean. Don't forget to follow the new YouTube. Why are you taking so long? What are you planning? Nothing. Like, I cannot get action here, man. This is fucking brutal. Yeah, new YouTube channel. And a lot of fun stuff. And I've learned how to edit, so it's good shit. You just playing poker now again? I'll be in Vegas tomorrow. I've been back streaming. I never stopped playing. I've been back streaming for about 2 months or so, full time. Kind of in a situation where I'm rebuilding because the world kind of screwed everybody, I guess, in the last couple of years. So I'm doing this and I'm just trying to stay safe. Wow, this is like my ideal situation. Like, as long as this guy doesn't 4-bet, this is like ideal. Okay, I gotta see what happens, because I feel like this is, yeah, just an auto call, right? It's funny, because I was thinking of like 10s or jacks, but we'll see. But yeah, I just play poker now. And make a lot of YouTube and Twitch content. Look at that snap call. Like, the bet is like nothing. Unless this guy has exactly aces, that bet's kind of ridiculous. But I don't even think you bet that big on the flop. You should just check now if you have aces. It's kind of sketchy if you have ace-king. Like, kind of super sketch. Although I guess you can just get it in, right? If you have ace-jack. Subbed a bit ago. Nice, man. Yeah, you're the first one, it looks like. I mean, this is ridiculous, this board. Yeah, you got you're a founder. Yeah, you were one of the ones who subscribed after I stopped streaming. Which I appreciate. Oh, you subbed to the new YouTube channel a bit ago. How the fuck does Queens... Oh my god. Like, that was just ridiculous. Pocket tens, king jack. The guy had a flush draw and a jack. If he had just bet that, he would have won. Like, check this out. If this guy had just bet, he would have won. Oh, I appreciate it, my man. Yeah, some good stuff on there. Player only has 50 blinds, but I think I like the bet here a lot. And he folds. Yeah, you just got to bet twice. I'll play one of these little ones up front. Like, if the guy had the king jack of clubs, if he just bets the flop, he's good. I got 3-bet from the big blind. Okay, well, it's not huge, but it's not small. Gut shot. There's a lot of pairs that need to check now. All right, I'm going to check and hope for a 4. I'm just going to call. I'm going to play it like jokers. All right. As long as he doesn't have pocket kings, I'm cool.
I'm going to put him in. He could have aces. King, queen. Nice. Sounds like things are on the right track. We both land out north Pahrump, building a house there. Just got our water rights this week. Sweet, man. Yeah, I've heard Pahrump's nice. Quiet. Much different than the Strip, obviously. That was a nice little hand. And there's no reason to not bet the river all in. You know what I'm saying? It's just absolutely not... there's no reason to just call there. Yeah. But you can see the name change, right? No longer Flippa, now Qui-Gon joke. Now Qui-Gon broke. That's nice. Almost even. After all those crappy things, like taking the opportunity to raise that one on the river is pretty awesome. I'm really surprised he checked the king, though. It's like, I get it. I'm going to limp this one. I want to see what happens. All right, backdoor flush draw, all that nonsense. Just going to go ahead and bet. Still flush drawing. I'm going to check and let him bet. That's fine. I'm not convinced I'm beat. I just want to see what happens. Good play. I'm going to play the squeeze. That was a quick fold. Short stack calls. I'm going to bet smallish. I mean, with the ace of hearts in my hand, I'm really not worried about much. He only has a pot-sized bet left. I'm just going to commit him to the pot right now. If he's drawn out on me, that's just too bad. He's just going to have king, queen, king 10 a lot. Like, that's the same player. That's the same player I just had to bet twice against the other time. So, it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, I have no idea what he's calling with there. When I have the ace of hearts in my hand, I have no fucking idea why he's calling. But like I always say, what can call you? A bad hand. Or a bad player, not a bad hand. Bad hand, too. Yeah, far enough away from Vegas, so I'm not there every day. I like the name change. I was actually trying to look you up a while ago, grab a beer sometimes. Yeah, man, we'll definitely do that. Okay. 6 and a spade draw. He's going to go ahead and represent this king full on. Okay. Spade draw. Yep, Aaron Ward, that's me. 4 on the riv. I'm going to go ahead and bet. He doesn't have a king very often. Ta-da! Yeah, man. Flipper. That used to be me. It was a very different vibe. Since you know, coming out and kind of letting all my bottled emotions kind of come through, I've definitely become a different person. So I went with a name change when I came back to Twitch. And don't think it hasn't hurt me. I still got 4,300. You didn't even realize? That's funny. You didn't even realize it. Yeah, I don't look anything like I used to. If you remember me with the long hair and shit. That's the thing. It's like I wanted to totally change the thing. Okay, so this player. Okay. All right. I know you. So this player, or what was I saying? So, becoming a more complete person, I wanted to change the name, and you can see my follower count. I still have 4.3 thousand followers, right? Like 4,300 something followers. Most of those are from back in the day, right? And I didn't stream for 1,486 days, and I'll never forget it because I thought, oh, I could wait another 2 weeks and it'd be 1,500 exactly, but I didn't bother. um, and yeah, so when I came back, I was like, I want to do it how I want to do it. I want to make it something that I really enjoy. So I, I love Star Wars, and I decided, you know what, that's what I want the theme to be. So I decided to just totally rebrand, make it Star Wars, and be Qui-Gon broke, because I gone broke. Just got my birthday present to myself in the mail. Let me see if you guys can see this. Where is it? There it is. Oh, come on. See the Darth Vader Crocs? I love them. Very comfortable. Played at Golden Nugget last week. Can you say profitable? Yeah, Golden Nugget is a great little spot to pick up some cash. My problem is I'm not playing live right now because of the Delta variant out here. It's super real, and yeah, definitely don't want to poke the bear on that. Got an awful lot of chips on the table. All right. I have fond memories of the Golden Nugget. Years ago, I played a $150 buy-in that had a 500K guarantee, or it had like a 250,000 guarantee, but it got like 500, and it was one of the first tournaments where I was able to implement all the things that I did online that did well for me, but I'd never done them live because I didn't play like a deep stack live tournament. No more Uber, man. That was the thing. I'll tell you the story. So I was driving Uber, right? And I had stopped like playing, right? This is, years ago, because I just was out of money and I had to, bad things happened. I went broke and whatever, but I never stopped studying. So I was always studying poker, reading poker books, listening to blogs, things like that. And, trying to stay as current as I could because I still loved it, but I just really didn't have any money or really time to play. I think I had like maybe $100 online and just never had a chance to play anything, right? So the pandemic hits, right? And all of a sudden everything's wiped out. It's going to be months before we get, any kind of help from the government and shit. And we can't go anywhere, right? We're just fucked. And it's funny because I came out of the closet to Courtney, and then a week and a half later, the pandemic happened. Oh, come on, baby. Let's go Sun Run. You should be betting. ABB. Wow, and he bets big, too. I'm just going to call. Oh, that's perfect. Don't tell me this is a Teddy KJB situation. Bet like 25. That's pretty good. I mean, if he's got an ace, he's not folding. Let's go. I raised and you 3-bet me. You should have ace king, right? He's got a good amount of time in that time bank too. Yeah, you should have ace king. Boom. Pretty good. So I have not had any issues, COVID, not vaxxed either. Your choice, my man. I'm glad for you. I really am. But it's a different story for everybody. So anyway,
Uh, so I'm stuck in the house. We got all this time, right? Nowhere to go. And I just started playing tournaments again, right? I was like, well, I got fucking 24 hours a day. I can't go out. I can't drive. Uber literally shut down out here, so there was no way to make money. I was fucked. Luckily I was able to get a little help from my dad at the time, and I started playing, and pretty quickly I won $1,000 and had a bankroll, and then started supplementing, income with my dad's help. But I started like winning about a good 30% of the monthly bills, and then after like 5 months, we got help from the government like everybody else. We got the pandemic assistance, and I was able to qualify through Uber, and that paid about, I think, 60-ish% of the bills. And you were here when COVID was thick, and it was a ghost town. Yeah, yeah. Vegas has changed a lot because of COVID, man. It's kind of sucks. Like nothing's 20. Like a lot of shit isn't 24 hours anymore. Certain parts of this. There was a time when I was telling people, I'm like, don't go to the Strip, man. It's a bad neighborhood. Like, it was bad. It looked like downtown LA. And it was just like, there used to only be, like, shootings were, like, very rare. It became a nightly thing. Out by Circus, the fucking, I forget which gang, but some gang took over that territory. It was crazy. Standing on land we were looking to buy. Ace-X here is a call almost all spots. Yeah, but the dude usually has ace-king. That's why I was able to overbet jam that nine's full. And here's the thing. If he has ace-jack, he can fold it. But he's not 3-betting the ace-jack pre-flop. Don't call it a run. I mean, it's just a change in variance, right? So, anyway, what was I saying? So, I start covering the bills, supplementing with poker, and all that shit, and that goes on for a while. Then the month before the unemployment runs out, right, I have a month where I don't do exceptional. I have a month where I break even. And when you break even and you're covering so many bills and you're on a short bankroll, you're just broke. You've just gone bust by breaking even, because you have to use that money to pay bills. So I was fucked, right? So for the first time in 2 years, I got to see my family when restrictions opened up. My nephew's bar mitzvah in Colorado, and my family all lives out there. So we go out to Colorado, me and Courtney, and it was a great event. And then the next day, I'm sitting out back of my dad's or my brother's place with my dad, and my dad looks at me, and he knows the unemployment's ended, and he knows my plan is to drive Uber, but the Delta variant is kicked up. This is like 2 months ago. And it's really bad. Like the mask mandates all came back and everything like that. So it's a scary time, but what else can I do? I have to make money to live, right? So I'm talking to my dad, and he says, so what are you going to do? And I said, fucking drive Uber. What else can I do? I mean, I'll wear 2 masks, and I'm vaccinated, and I'm going to, get the booster. I just got my 3rd booster 4 days ago. It almost doesn't hurt now. I just got my 3rd COVID shot. And he says, well, isn't there something you can do online to make money? And I go, well, I was fucking doing it, Dad. And he goes, well, not poker. And at that moment, it kind of hit me that, like, I knew that my dad was my biggest fan, but at the same time, I think he was just waiting for the day when this poker thing would go away. But it's how I've paid more bills in my life than any other method, right? So what else can I do? I mean, I'm fucking dyslexic. I'm fucking... this is kind of weird. I'm going to check. That's kind of meh. I don't know if that's ever a flush. I'm going to call for a pink card. No spade. Damn it. So, I just... 8 of spades. 6. Yeah, I fucking knew it. If there was no spade, I could have bluffed it. I fucking knew it. Oh, that sucks. And it's 50-50 on betting the turn, but if I bet the turn or river, I think I win there. It's kind of meh. That's a stupid bet. All right. Gut shot, backdoor flush draw. So I kind of realized, I'm like, you know what? He's never going to get it. Like, there have been times in my life where I've paid, look at that, where I've paid my bills for multiple years and for multiple people in my household purely with poker. And then there were times when, you know, it went bad. We had a fire, you know, things like that, like crazy things out of my control. And my dad has made it very clear in no uncertain terms, I'm never giving you money to play poker. And it's just like, okay. So I was all fired up, came home, and the car had already been certified for Uber. I drove for 2 days, and those were just like weekdays, like driving locals, just trying to get, you know, my feet wet and comfortable and all like that. But rent was coming due, so it was Friday, and I was putting my shoes on. Literally, this is how it went. I was going to drive Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you know, the whole time just to try to make the rent, right? I don't think I can fold yet here. Oh, that's an interesting card. I mean, if he bets again, I don't think I can continue. I don't want to double float. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, bro. So I'm literally putting on my shoes in the bedroom, and, you know, we're scared, you know. And my phone rings as I'm tying my right shoe. And it's my dad. And he says, look, me and your mother talked it out. What do you need? And it was basically like, what do you need, you know, to pay your bills? What's your monthly budget? You know, what's your nut? You know, whatever like that. And what do you need to play poker? And, you know, we came up with, it's a small bankroll. I mean, like, I'm still very hampered. But at the same time, it was enough to get started on rebuilding. And he went with it. And he's like, look, we're going to help you with the bills and stuff like that. You go ahead and rebuild. And he's like, if you're, you know, planning on streaming, that's a good idea. And I said, okay. And that's what I've been doing. So I've been working my ass off, you know, putting out a lot of YouTube content, playing a ton, doing pretty good. I mean, the results are actually really good. But at the same time, the thing I have to keep in mind is that I have to realize the bigger picture of it. This is a rebuilding period. So, you know, getting, you know, far in a tournament and, you know, only having $30 or $40 in buy-ins out there for the day and winning, you know, 130 back, that's a great victory. It builds towards everything, but it's very hard to keep that in perspective. This player raises a ton, and he did it awful fast. So I want to see what he does here when I check. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I for some reason I want to check raise this. No, 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 sir. No, no, no. I'll get to reading your stuff in a second. I just want to mark that hand. That's going to be a good one for a video. I have a couple of video ideas going right now, and that one fits perfectly into it. I'm going to check. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at. We're obviously calling here. If he checks back turn, I'm probably going to bet the river. Ace isn't the worst. Unless he has a flush, I don't think he can call. If he calls me with a bare ace, he's kind of an awful player. Because I should have a king a lot, and I should have a flush a lot. So if he raises, I think he's just got a 5-card hand. I don't think he ever raises ace-jack or ace-queen here. He might call with ace-queen. That's close, though. It's very close. Let's see. Came 5 years ago for a SHOT Show, and this place was packed, assholes to elbows. Yep. Came back over a year ago, and it was vacant, blown away. Only until about 3 months ago did Vegas start looking normal again. It's still not even close, in my mind. Like, I've been here 15 years. Like, the population might be up, but the clientele
not so much. Like, it's definitely a different thing. Like, room rates got lowered so far that it kind of screwed everything up. Yeah, it's strict in Vegas. I'll wear a mask indoors. Doesn't bother me to mask up. I'm rarely going among the public anyway. Yeah, I mean, nobody masks outside, right? Because you don't need to, right? But, man, like, but it's so hard, too, because I feel so bad for people at places. Like, it's, like, I've seen it so many times at a Walmart where somebody's fucking been like, I'm not wearing a mask, and they're like, I can't ring you out. They're like, it's not even a matter of me trying to tell you what to do. They're like, I can't ring you out. If I ring you out and I get caught on camera, I will get fired. And these people just, like, do not give a fuck. I'm actually going to call this, believe it or not. Like, I was thinking about 3-betting, but you know what? The hand's strong enough to just call. Rip River on the spades, yeah. Jack 10 of spades, right? That was ironic. Small call here with ace 2 spade part, yeah. No fold like call. I think it's like call is okay. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Good to build a bankroll, but not really enough to pay for a lifestyle. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I really can't even pay too many bills at all with what I'm making. But I've built from nothing, or close to nothing. Like, I've built from like $100, like 5 times in my life, up to paying all my bills. And what I know now is how to not go broke from there as long as a disaster doesn't happen. Like, I wouldn't have gone broke if we hadn't had a fire and we hadn't had debts in the family and, you know, we hadn't had really, you know, emergency issues. Or if they had just come a little bit later, you know, another 6 months down the line, if that fire had happened, I think it would have been a different story. I think this is weird. I'm going to call because of the 3-way action. Yeah, this player is just on auto call. So I'm going to check. This is that player who raises a lot pre-flop. Like, see, 23-23. Like, yeah, I want to see what happens because this should just be an auto fold. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty easy. So yeah, so I built up and made it into a living 5 times separately in my life. And that's over the past, you know, since 2005, 16 years. So I actually did it once before then. In 2002, started just playing tournaments and all like that. Won one big one, $20 entry. I won $8,400. It was crazy. It had like 80. It was something like 8,500 players. I got like $1 from every person, so it was pretty nuts. And yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, look at this. Somebody call. I mean, this player raised 120. Okay. That was easy. Hold. 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 Please hold. Hold. It was so funny because when this guy raised that quickly, I was like, he's got kings. It was exactly what I was thinking. So when this guy jams, I'm like, holy shit. That was pretty awesome, huh, kids? Nice 3-way aces. That's just one for a funny video. I do highlights too. So having aces 3 ways and getting tripled up. Places that enforce that kind of policy are pretty stupid. I mean, if people don't want to wear a mask, it's their prerogative, really. Like I said, don't really care to mask up like that. If you fart in an elevator, the mask won't save you. Yeah, but you're talking about smell receptors versus a virus. Dude, I really don't want to get into it, seriously. The masks have been proven to help, you know, contain the spread. My thing is, if a place has a policy for it, just do it. I just go by the CDC. Call me fucking crazy. I go by the CDC. That's always where I've gotten my information. I don't form my own opinions. I listen to what they say. Just like when my doctor tells me to start taking fish oil, I take fish oil. Because he's like, your fucking cholesterol, you know, you need this fish oil. Okay. It tastes like shit, and occasionally I take it on an empty stomach and I end up burping up krill for an hour, but it helped, and my fucking cholesterol improved. And I'm not going to, you know, worry about the health problems of having high blood pressure. So I tend to err on the side of the medical experts. That's just me. Maybe it's because my dad's a doctor. I don't know. Killer payout on a small buy-in, right? Yeah, it was a super kill. It was on Party Poker back in the day. What I did was I did it actually in one day. I put $100 online, and I was playing sit and goes. And I started out with $5 sit and goes, and I played $10 sit and goes, and I had won enough different places that I was up exactly $22, right? And then I took like a break, and I felt really good, and I was like, I want to play one of these massive tournaments, and there was one that had like a 30,000 guarantee, and it was a $22 buy-in. And the woman I was with at the time, I said, "What do you think?" And she says, "Well, you're playing for free." And I said, "You know what? Good point." And I entered it, and I won the fucking thing. And yeah, but that was back on Party Poker days. I was a genius back then for check raising on a flush draw. I mean, I had read Super System and Super System 2, and at that point in my life, I had read about 100 different poker books. I'm just going to go ahead and bet range here. Nice. The player's marked purple for a reason. I'm never going to explain my colors. Mostly, I don't mark people in cash games. I only mark in tournaments. But a purple tag is somebody I love playing with. No, I get it. And everybody can have their own opinion. That's cool. But, you know, just for me, that's what we're going with. Plus, I mean, I got my mother-in-law who lives close by. You know, I got the wife. You know, so it's a little bit more... there's a couple more considerations. You know, I have a couple people in my life that have, you know, health conditions and stuff. You know, close friends and such. So, you know, the only thing I can't stand is, one, how unfair it is that, you know, people have to, that like, if a business is going to have a policy, right? This is my feeling. Like, Walmart has a policy, right, where they can't ring you out if you're not wearing a mask. Cool. Well, then you need someone in Walmart, like a bouncer. You need like somebody who maybe they're intimidating. Maybe there's some form of security or law enforcement who then enforces that, because then you're asking somebody who's got one of the worst fucking jobs you're going to have. You're asking them to then argue with morons and possibly get assaulted and, you know, yelled at. And this is interesting. The jack I might actually get a bluff out of. I'm going to check it back, though. He could have king, queen, or ace, queen, sure. But I think a lot of times we're up against... Ooh, that's a big old bet, though. I don't think he's got king 10. Definitely not king 10. He's coming out of first. Could he have a set? I mean, unless he flopped a set of nines... I guess maybe he could have jacks or aces, I guess, but it seems kind of unlikely. I'm going to call this one. I feel just kind of weird about it. I think it's 50-50, and I think based on pot odds, I have to call. Yep. How you like that one? Yeah, he just totally pure bluffed it. And I check raised that flop. Like... I check raised it with top pair. I mean, I guess maybe he thought I was on a draw, and I could have had like jack 10, and then the jack hits the river. So, yeah, that makes sense. Like he could have thought I had jack 10, and the jack hits the river, and now, I beat his eights. So betting big there is important. So I could see it. I could see it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. But his numbers just don't reflect that kind of thinking. Let's see. Especially pre-flop raise, a blank board like that allows the ace to rep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I know the hand you were talking about. Yeah, he bet 1.7 on that flop. And then I check raised it. They both called. The other guy was obviously on the draw. I'm going to check this one back. Jack. Ace isn't bad. Good for you, my man. See, now he leads at the ace. I actually don't like this. I'm going to fold. Good man. 100% taking those precautions to protect themselves, especially those that are higher risk. Yeah. I think you have to. See, that's the thing. So, like, you need to have somebody at a place that's going to enforce it, because then you're asking people, like my gym. My gym's a great example, right? I actually wear 2 masks at the gym because there's no more humid place in the world where people are huffing and puffing, right? So, you know, just to be extra safe. And I work out, 4 times a week. And I try to go when it's less busy. Thanks, man. Good to have you back. So I go to my gym, and then just all over the place, I see people walk in, have the mask on, and then literally they check in at the desk, and as soon as they check in, they pull the mask down and put it under their chin. It's like, what the fuck? And they're just, working out the whole time and doing the whole thing. Today, I got into an argument with a guy because this is the weirdest and this has happened to me a couple times since the pandemic. This is just people who are like freaked out, I think, and don't want to address the reality. Because I don't live in a world of fear. I live in a world of reality. Like one of Courtney's friends, this is a good example, had she either tested positive at home for COVID or something like that, and Courtney had been around her at a function, but not like close quarters or whatever like that. And it was far enough ago that no symptoms had presented and everything else. And I was just like, okay, blah, 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 whatever. And she tells me about it. And after she tells me what's going on, she's like, should I get tested? I'm like, no. I'm like, you have no real exposure here. There's nothing to worry about. And she was shocked because she thinks that I'm, that I would freak out and be overcautious. But I'm realistic. And that was not a decent threat. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, nothing came of it. But like, so I'm at the gym, and this is what happened. I'm at the gym, and I'm on a machine, and their rule about that 3 is not a great card. I'm gonna check and see what the river brings. Plus, we allow some bluffs to happen. I think I just win here a lot. I don't know if this guy ever has a 10. Yeah, just a gut shot, right? Oh, should have bet the turn. I feel like he could easily have 5-7 too, or 2 pair. So the thing about wiping down the machines is really big now, and they actually have antiseptic everywhere. So, you take a paper towel out of the thing, you spray it with some of the stuff, you go back to the machine, and you clean it really well. And I make sure to do that every time. And honestly, I would be doing that without a fucking pandemic. That's like a good thing to have, that they provided this cleaner, just for cleanliness. People are sweating on shit. And I'm doing it, and I've got my headphones in, and I hear something, and I turn, and there's this guy like waving his hands, and I go, what's up? So I take the headphones out, and he goes, why are you washing the machine? And I'm like, dude, you're supposed to wipe the machines down. And so I don't understand the question. He's like, yeah, but you're like fucking washing the machine, bro. And I'm like, dude, I sprayed it on the thing, and it's not like it was soaking. And I'm like, look, it's dry. I'm like, I get what you're saying. I've seen people overuse the spray, but it's dry, man. Like, I'm just trying to be whatever. And he goes, oh, it's a bunch of pile of bullshit anyway, man. And this is what got me. And he goes, and pussies like you fucking freak out about everything, and you think this is going to do something. And a lot of times I pride myself on the fact that I would walk away and let it go. But when I'm in the gym, I am already in a state of unbelievable anger. Like, I hate that I have to work out so heavy. I'm going to go ahead and check this one. He may bluff an ace. He could have an overpair or something, but he may bluff the ace. He could have 10s, which would suck. I think I win sometimes, though. Yeah, right? Maybe I should have bet it, but I think I check and I let him bluff. I think that's a good one. Yeah, I think it's fine. So anyway, so I got really, really mad really quick, and I turned and I looked at him, and I was like, dude, just fuck off. And I actually said it kind of loud. And the desk guys kind of looked at me, and this has happened with me before. And one of the guys started walking over, and he was like, "What did you say?" And I'm like, "Dude, I will absolutely murder you, and you have never done legs a day in your life. I will snap your fucking knee like a twig." And I just started describing how I was gonna break his fucking knee, and it was like really loud. And the guy from the desk comes over, and he actually knows me, and he's just like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "This fucking asshole's being an asshole, and I'm tired of it, and I'm having a violent reaction, and he needs to get the fuck away from me." They actually just kicked him out. They just said, "Sir, you just need to leave," and they put him right out. I'm kind of interested here. I think I lose a lot on this one, but I want to see what he has. He had a jack. All right. Fair enough. He donked at the jack. That's fine. His bet was so reasonable, though. Got a lot of fucking chips on the table. Got fucking $80 on the table at fucking 1-2. Okay, I don't mind this. Just betting standard, really. Just kind of betting range here. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a really fun experience. But it was so funny to me because the guy, he was one of those guys who, like, and here's the thing. Guys who lift weights a lot, they think they can fight. And you just can pick up heavy things, bro. Like, unless you're going to pick me up, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't think you could. You're really not a threat. Like, I've actually done some boxing and stuff and, you know, like that. So I'm not really worried about this guy. I'm not a tough guy by any means, but people don't understand that just because you look a certain way doesn't mean you are a certain way. Yeah, I think I like the 3-bet here. So, like, I looked at him and I just started insulting his legs. I mean, his legs looked like my arm. Like, my forearm was like, that was the width of his leg. And, like, I'm probably being too generous. But, I mean, just sticks. And he had the, you know, the big upper body. But even that, he wasn't that big. But it's like, how are you going to just never work out legs and you're a 30-year-old man? Like, and that's the funny part is that on me, my fucking legs are goddamn ginormous because I've been heavy my whole life. You know, and it's just like, it's so ridiculous. I've seen guys like that get into fights, and they go down so easy because they just have no base. And it's just hilarious to me. But I just started insulting his fucking legs and threatening the fuck out of him. Like, really? Did I just get 4-bet twice in a row by the same guy? Oh, he's got a lot of chips, too. All right. We're going to see a flop. It's a pretty good flop. We're 750 blinds effective. That's 28, half pot. I don't mind it. I have position. Not bad. 55. He's betting half pot the whole way. This is kind of... I mean, do you do this with aces? Maybe I should have raised the flop, huh? Yeah, I kind of don't know what to do here. Oh, I just got timed out. Shit. Oh, I ran out of time. Was that the same guy twice? No, it wasn't. It was a different guy the first time. No, it was the same guy. Different stack. Oh, he's playing multiple tables. Okay. It was the same guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that one, though. Because here's the thing. I mean, I'm getting 4-bet. I mean, the funny part is I think it's a chop a lot. Like, I think there's a great instance there where it's a chop. Yeah, I just don't want to call there and have to face a $10 bet on the river. Or it could be, probably be more. Plus, he had a fucking monster stack. Like, he makes it 3. I make it 9.6. It's not a small raise. I'm rewatching the hand. He takes a long time. Like, he's taking all this time. Then he makes it 29. And he never 3-bets. I'm looking at his stats now. He has a 3-bet percentage of 5. So he's tight. He plays 20% of hands. He raises pre-flop 16. And he's 3-betting 3. Never C-bets the flop. Never or 60% C-bet on the flop. No fold on the flop C-bet. He C-bets the turn 100% of the time. Yeah, that was aces or kings. 100%. Honestly, if it wasn't aces or kings, then we had the same hand. So yeah. No, he had it. He absolutely had it. 100%. I'm going to mark that hand for review tomorrow. Is this the same guy? It is the same guy. Look at his stats. They're so small. That's pretty good. Ooh, we might be playing a big one here. He bets half pot. God, why is it a king on the turn? Ace on the riv. I'm going to overbet. I don't know. It was unlikely that he had an ace, but it makes it unlikely I have an ace. So I feel better about that fold now. But that's definitely a reason to get this money off the table. Now there's a guy in the pool who has me covered. I got fucking $75 playing 10 and L, and the guy's got me covered. If I had 100 blinds, we would have just been in that other hand. I'm going to go ahead and bet range. Backdoor flush draw. Yeah, no, I'm going to check. I just don't beat enough. That's fine. I'll let it go. I think even a bad ace there, or even a decent ace, like ace jack or something that doesn't have 2 pair, I think even that checks the turn. I really do. Yeah. See, now we're getting to that wild part of the night, about 11 o'clock. Might take some money off the table. Might go south. All right. It's always a paired flop. 5. It's a good card for him to bet. You got it, bro. Let's limp one. See what happens. Let's check one. Let's fold one. The confidence of one. Man, I was really dead for the first, like, 300 hands that I played. I was really stuck. I was only stuck like a buy-in, but I was really dead. And then it just swung back the other way. Good bet. All right. We can definitely bet range. It's my biggest problem. Yay. Fold. I like making my sessions like 500 hands of this. It takes like 2.5 hours. But, I mean, that's 100 hands away. And I got a lot of chips on the table. The other guy had $100 on the table. That's crazy. I mean, obviously it can happen. All right. Ooh. Little two-per action. That's 2.3. I'm going to call and go for the check raise on the turn rather than the flop. That's kind of a weird card because 3-5 is possible. It's also going to kill my action when I check raise, but I think if this guy bets big, I can go for it. This is kind of my issue over here. This player is super tight. Look at this, 166 hands, VPIP of 9. Okay, he bets 11. Yeah, I'm just gonna go big. All right. Wow, that's a cooler. That's a cooler. Damn, that sucks. That really sucks. I thought maybe he might have hit the jack and that would have sucked, but I guess check raising the flop. No, check raising the flop's not the move. He's not folding. We're still getting the money in. There's no reason for me to not there. Plus, I have the 6 and the 4. Like, he's not going to have ace-6, ace-4 hardly at all. So the deuce literally has to hit the turn. Because he's betting that turn the same way every time. That's a rough one. Just going to check this here. I think it's fine, though. I mean, I really do. It's a buy-in. I might get called here by something, but if I get raised, I have to fold because King-Jack. King-Jack, Jack-8, you know, 10-9. Yeah, I'll just fold. It's fine. I'm going to review that one. That's 6-4. We'll go over that tomorrow. I mean, I set him up to be all in on the river. 3 outed. Because if an ace comes, I don't lose another nickel, right? But of course it was a deuce. That's a cooler. I like the way I played it though. Like, I think, and plus he raised pre-flop. Having the ace-deuce offsuit there is kind of ridiculous. 3-way pot. Kind of ridiculous to even see bet. Just going to go ahead and call this. You know, 3-bet? Where are you from? USA? No? Ace is okay. Half pot bet into 2 players is a little scary, but I'm not going to give up the ace just yet. Maybe I can hit a 10 on the turn. We both call? That's kind of crazy. The jack's not awesome. Like, there's no draw out here, right? Alright, that's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and, I think, go for the old blocker bet. Yeah. Nice. Blind versus blind. Just snap called it too. I probably could have gotten more, but there was two other players in the pot. I think ace 10 is my minimum for value there. Like minimum. Like ace queen I think I'm fine with, but ace jack obviously makes a full. This player doesn't always c-bet, so he probably won't. He decided to c-bet big. Alright, got backdoor draws. What you doing, bro? Ooh, that's interesting. So the gut shot comes in, but I do make 2 pair. Jack 9 is out there. 9-10 is out there. I think if it checks to me, I am going to bet. And I'm going to bet fairly large to get my value now. Obviously, if I get raised, it's not great. Yeah, this was my problem. I mean, he could have the king-queen for sure, but it kind of depends what he does. Ace on the river is awesome. I'm checking back. He could have made 2 pairs so many ways now. Kings! Wow. I'm surprised. I was really expecting to get raised on the turn with the kings. Here's the thing. Yeah, king-queen is the nuts, but how often does somebody have that? Like, I mean, I know I have 2 pair, but I don't think a lot of players at this level, I mean, I know a lot of them aren't betting the 2 pair there that big. But I like taking the 1 shot for value. And the ace in the river is actually okay for me, but I wasn't getting called. But it just makes ace jack, and it makes ace 10, and you know, all those hands. So kind of weird, and so I think a check is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I guess I should review that one tomorrow morning too. If you don't know, guys, I do every day by noon Pacific Standard Time. That's Vegas time. I do a stream called Wake Up With Me, which is basically how I start my poker day, where I'll go over the hands from the day before, and then I'll do some studying on the Jonathan Little training site, pokercoaching.com. And in doing that, we're now going through the tournament masterclass. I'm going through it for more than my 2nd time. I think I went through it like 1.5, and then I got distracted. But I'm going through it all the way again. And it's always an ace on the fucking turn. That. It just sucks. It's just always an ace on the turn. But yeah, so that'll go at noon, and there's no delay on that stream. So you can ask me questions and I answer right away. And we've gone through already like the first 3 sections of the pre-flop. There's like 80 sections total in this thing, and we've gotten through the first 3. So it's going to take us a while, but it's fun. We do like an hour and a half or so of it a day. I'm going to call this one just because of the implied odds. Queen's not bad. This player is kind of tight, but I only have 19 hands on him. Haven't seen a 3-bet yet from him, though. He checks. Why is it a jack? Like, I don't need a jack. I don't need him to get a jack to make ace-king good. I mean, I'm obviously not folding right away. He bets big. That could definitely be ace-king, but it could also be king-10, or it could also be ace-queen. It could also be a set of jacks. There's a lot of hands that beat me. Club on the river is kind of cool. I'm going to check back, and hopefully that kills the action.
So he checks the flop. That's the turn. Does he ever have just the ace of clubs here? Like the ace jack? Fucking exactly ace king. That's so unlikely, man, when I have the queen jack in my hand. God damn it. It's so unlikely. And like having the ace jack there with the ace of clubs in your hand, you can absolutely do that. Like just another 3-outer hit. It's getting a little aggressive out here now. All right, go ahead, bro. It's annoying. I mean, it's whatever. I have to call it. Like that bet is the same size on the river as a bluff. So what can I do? It was like it's like the very tip top where it's like a straight or better, or it's nothing, and it's like ace jack is very possible to do that there. And I don't think check raising works. I think check raising just gets an embarrassment call, and I think we end up playing for it all in the turn, which sucks. All right. Kangs. That took a really long time. Really? So this is interesting. Do you do this? I don't think you do this with a set. This is like jacks or something. If he has aces, congratulations, but I think this is like jacks. Fives. He did it with a set. That's hilarious. Just check raised fucking... Oh my god. It ends up being a good play through no fault of his own. Like, I'm going to play ace-king the same way, and you're just going to totally lose the customer. Jesus. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, I'm still way ahead, but... That's really annoying. Just a bunch of 2 and 3 outers on me in the last fucking 20 minutes. Jesus. All right. Kind of just getting value here. Yeah. No, I'm not really trying to scare him off too bad. Oh, God, that was fucking annoying. Just makes this huge fucking raise. It was really annoying. And he only had 100 blinds, so it's like in that scenario, I think he's just gonna roll over pocket jacks so fucking often. Ugh. Like, what are you even protecting against? He checks, I bet half pot,
He goes 5x my raise. No, he goes... Wow, he goes 8x my raise. That's fucking... No, fuck that. That's a bad move. That's an overpair most of the time. That's like 95% an overpair. This is not the move you do this with pocket fives there. I can't turn my hand into a bluff. Like, I'm just never getting a fold out of an ace here. Wow. I was not expecting to see Queen Jack. Alright, hopefully these kings go better. I guess they did. Oh, God, that was a brutal little run. I don't get him off an ace. Half pot. Is this a free bluff with an ace? If I didn't have king high, I wouldn't even be considering this. I think a lot of times this could be 5-6 or a busted flush draw. I just want to see. Yep. Counterfeited pair of sevens. Interesting. See, I would have raised that flop. I would have raised that flop if I was him. King high, good. Like, just because the board double pairs, it's like, it's not even a great spot to bluff because you're kind of bluffing that you have an 8. And it's like, how do you have an 8 there unless you flop quads? And he would have raised at some point with an 8, right? I mean, I guess he could have like Jack 10 maybe, but it's kind of unlikely, right? Because why would you continue? So it just looked like 5-6 or a flush draw, but he actually had better than I thought he did. But he had to bluff the hand, and then he just bets half pot, which is just a bad bluff size. So I just had to see it because with no 3-bet pre-flop, it's kind of interesting. Is that same guy? Yeah, you love to 3-bet, don't you, buddy? All right. He's just going to bet big. Yeah. I just don't have enough equity. It's fine. Like I don't need to be heroing somebody here. Look at this, never raises. Wait a minute. Has a VPIP of 62, preflop raise of 15, 3-bet of 25. I mean, I know I don't have a lot of stats on him, but that's kind of wacky. He's going to c-bet one big blind. Oh, somebody took the move away. You got it. Sorry, I'm looking at something on Twitch updating. Weird. It's a weird shift right now. Like, by the time you hit midnight, people just get too crazy. You're from Malta. Deuce. Almost. There have been so many aces on the turn, it's ridiculous. Don't have enough hands to really make a judgment call there. Like, raising every hand he plays and 3-betting all, but I can't really like, if he had like 25 or 30 hands, then I could maybe figure something, but 4 hands, eh.
All right. Seen a lot of 3s on flops. I think 5 of the last 20 had a 3 on it. Which would be great if we flop one now. It's a proper call. Getting better than 10 to 1. It's hilarious. See, and that's the thing. Is my expected? You think my expected value's there? The guy just bet 2x pot with an overpair. I'm trying to induce a bluff or value raise. I mean, if this player has 8-10, I'll puke. Deuce of diamonds on the river. I'm going to check and go for the check raise. Fuck. Did you actually have a jack? Yeah, I didn't think he had a jack. I mean, like, what are you doing? I guess I should have checked the turn then, right? God, that's hilarious. Like, dude was totally drawing dead and would have gone broke with a fucking ace. If an ace hits the fucking river, he goes broke. He might even bluff it if a non-diamond comes. Like, that's fucking hilarious. Okay. Alright. Not crazy good, but not crazy bad. I'll try to get my value now. Really? Really? You're telling me I'm up against a set here? I mean, I know flushes are possible, but like he barely min-clicked me. I guess you can have the ace of clubs and do this. 6 would be awesome. What is this dude taking so long for? Alright, how much are you gonna bet? This is so obvious. Like, that's not the time to overbet. Like, that's a flopped flush. Either that or he turned a set of jacks. I mean, I guess that's possible. Hmm. Okay. What's going on here? I'm gonna get sat out. It's just got me disconnected from the table for some reason. I said fold. Jesus. Stupid bet, stupid raise. Like, this is just fucking dumb. Ugh, so many fucking pocket pairs. Oh my god. Like, and a player who never 3-bets. I want to see what the result is here. Yeah. Just a min raise, small 3-bet, folds to a c-bet. It's just silly. Things kind of get a little hairy around midnight, I noticed, but it's a little early for that. Alright, bet range. Two pair good. Alright, my shit's getting a little buggy here. So alright. I'm gonna underplay the hand. I know this player. Yeah, my fucking ACR is buggy. I'm gonna bet the river, try to look bluffy. Now let's try to play the 500 hands. Limp. Take longer, I won't bet. If he's trapping, he's going to get this bet. What possible hand do you have? Alright, you got it, bro. I was thinking the only hand that makes sense is kings, but even then you're going to 3-bet pre-flop. Fucking shocking. Limp calls a raise, gets 1 c-bet out of it with probably ace king or aces. That's hilarious. This is fucking frustrating. Oh, annoying. Okay. Open ender. Sevens and deuces, please. Expected value through the roof. Deuce. Ah. It's always an ace on the turn. Now we're going to face a bigger bet.
God. I needed a deuce, I got an ace, 1 off. I needed a 7, I got an 8, 1 off. You've got the best hand, sir. Way to go, Canada.
These small 3-bets are so stupid. Like, I know why they're doing it. They're doing it to take away the initiative, but from a player who 3-bets this infrequently, it's like you're just asking to get somebody to beat you with an implied odds hand. Now you're just going to bet super big, right? Blow your fucking value. Well, he didn't, but I can't call. I just... If there was like an 8 out there, yeah. Like ace, 8, queen with 1 spade, yeah, but nothing I can do. That's close enough. That's almost 500 hands. I'm going to quit it, take a profit. Kind of sucked. First 300 hands were like real garbage. Then I went on a super hot streak and then went on an equally cold streak. Well, not equally because I ended up, right? So, I was stuck like 13. Now I'm up 14. So, could have been worse. Was up like 50 at one point. That sucks, but the guy, I got 3 outed on the turn, and then 2 outed on a river, and then gut shot got filled on me on the turn. So I don't know. I can't really complain. Also made some great calls versus bluffs. So yeah, I think I like it. I think I played okay. I'll see you guys by around noon tomorrow. I don't really see anybody. Well, you guys can find somebody to go check out, but don't forget to check out the stream. Check out the YouTube. There's new stuff on there all the time. And there's a new Jedi Mind Trick, number 10, that is really cool, and it's just a fun one. It's just a bunch of random hands, so there's nothing real to it. It's just a lot of good stuff to watch. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Have a great night.